Hey guys, this is just a simple one. I haven't posted anything in a while. One of the things that I'm noticing when I go to the grocery store is that the pasta line is gone, the rice is mostly gone, and macaroni and cheese in a box is mostly gone. And so I'm a believer that make stuff fresh and make it fun and make it better. And so I am doing just a little tiny pasta dish for lunch. And I'm gonna show you how easy it is to make your own fresh stuff. So all this is some ground beef, some garlic, and some tomato in a combination of avocado oil and a little bit of ghee. I'm going to add some fresh oregano. I'm going to add some fresh basil from my little basil plant over there. And I'm going to let this cook down. And then I will be adding tomato paste, and of course my old standby chicken broth to just create this lovely sauce. And I'll be adding a specific kind of pasta that I just decided I want to have because it's fun. It's often used in soup, but for me, this is going to be my lunch. So I forgot to mention I was going to add fresh tomatoes. So I've added some fresh tomato, about a tablespoon of tomato paste. I buy tomato paste in a tube because I use it so often in all my dishes. I don't want to buy the can and then waste it, so I buy it in a tube. It's very easy. I have plenty of it. I've added probably about a half a cup of chicken broth. As I have said in the past videos, I keep chicken broth in my house at all times because I'm always using it. You may see that I have browned the ground beef a tiny bit. I actually think that, just like with brown butter, sometimes the taste of browned butter, which means you've cooked it a little bit more and it turns a tiny bit brown, adds a total dynamic difference to flavors of things. And so what I did with my ground beef as I was browning that is I did brown it a little bit darker on the edges because I believe that flavor is going to add a really good taste to my wonderful lunch. Very, very excited to be eating shortly. So I've added my seasonings, and as you can see, I'm cooking the liquid down. Again, the reason for that is to have the flavors blend as the liquid reduces. I'm going to have my pasta cooked in just a little bit. I will cook the remaining, there's a part of the pasta that's going to get cooked in this meal with a lid. So I'm only going to parboil the pasta. This particular pasta needs a little bit more time. That's why I'm not throwing it entirely in. If you're using capellini, angel hair, you can actually throw the angel hair right in the pan with all of this and cook it that way. But the pasta I'm using at this point is going to need a little bit more time. So I have added my pasta, and I'm going to add some pasta water. And the reason I'm adding pasta water is because the pasta water pulls some starch. Remember, the goal is to thicken up the sauce that I've made. So I've added the pasta. I'm going to add pasta water. But the most important thing to remember with a dish like this is you can add any vegetable that you absolutely love. You can add peas, you can add green beans, you could add lima beans if you choose. You could add corn, you could add asparagus, you could add so many things because pasta and a tomato-based sauce just is very versatile. It's a good way to have a good hearty lunch, but fresh made. Sorry, boxed industry. I'm not a big fan of boxed food. And if you ever really want to have a good time, read what's in that stuff. Why is it preserved? Why is it a powder? I mean, goodness glacier. Guys, buy fresh or buy fresh frozen. I have found that the frozen foods that I am buying are organic, fresh frozen. They taste phenomenal. The flavors are great. You could add spinach to this guy. It's just so many things that you could do. Frankly, this is a bigger meal than I'll have for just lunch. It's going to probably be more than one meal for me. But it's so flavorful, so tasty. Your kids are going to love it. And I hope you enjoy. So I've added pasta water. I've made sure I stirred it well. I still want the sauce to reduce a bit. I don't want it to be too liquid. So I've reduced the heat down to low. I've added my pasta water. I'm now going to cover the pan and let it be for about maybe 2 minutes, and that should be more than enough. And let the flavors blend together. I did not add wine, even though I have this sign. I did not add wine this time, but you certainly can do that. And it's just a great, simple, healthy easy meal. I did use semolina based pasta. You don't have to do that. You can buy any of the non gluten pastas for the meal, but in any way you shoot, it's going to be awesome. And of course, I'm going to add some fresh grated Parmesan and have a fabulous meal. And just for a tiny laugh, I said to myself as I poured this into my dish that this kind of looks like beefaroni. However, everything is fresh. The beef, the ground beef is fresh, 95% lean. The pasta is fresh. The tomatoes are fresh. The onions I personally cut. There are no chemicals involved. And I would share with you that I think more importantly now than ever, we so need to be cautious about what we put in our bodies and making sure that before you buy something, read the label, see what it is in there. If you can't pronounce the thing that's in the food, I would suggest you don't buy the food and make something fresh. I hope you enjoy. I know I'm going to enjoy. It's probably going to be 2 meals for me because it's way more than I can eat in one sitting. But I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you next time.